I bring greetings to us across the globe, and I address fellow Nigerians, both those at home and those in the diaspora. My name is Enoch, and I'm sending this message to you from the state of Maryland in the United States of America. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the nation of Nigeria for the successful presidential election that took place, and for the gubernatorial elections and other ones that will be coming up at later dates. I must say that this message ought to have come before the elections, but I had done everything humanly possible to dodge giving this message until the Lord pressurized me today to do this. So I am compelled to do this today. And I believe you're going to pick the one that concerns you out of this. I have a few messages for prophets of God, politicians, INEC officials, party agents, lawyers and judges, those who are part of the election, those who will be part of the next elections, and those who will be concerned after the elections have taken place due to deluge of legal cases. The Lord said the evil perpetrated in the country of Nigeria has reached the peak and the highest crescendo, and that He is not keeping silent, but is going to show Himself as the great and mighty God in this particular election. Now, to the prophets, the Lord said, for those people that He has given words to and He has made you watchmen over this nation at this critical time, and you have kept silent, He said you have maintained your peace. He says He's going to help you by taking you home faster than when you're supposed to go back to Him. I anchor this message on Ezekiel 33. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, speak to your people and say to them, when I bring the sword against the land, and the people of the land choose one of their men and make him their watchman, and he sees the sword coming against the land and blows the trumpet to warn the people, then if anyone hears a trumpet but does not hear the warning, and the sword comes and takes their life, their blood will be on their own head. Since they heard the sound of the trumpet but did not hear the warning, their blood will be on their own head. If they had heeded the warning, they would have saved themselves. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet to warn the people, and the sword comes and takes someone's life, that person's life will be taken because of their sin, and I will hold the watchman accountable for their blood. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel, now Nigeria. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me. When I say to the wicked, you wicked person, you will surely die, and you not speak out to dissuade them from their ways, that wicked person will die for their sin, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do want the wicked person to turn from their ways, and they do not do so, they will die for their sin, though you yourself will be saved. I'm also telling you that you are also the watchman and watchwoman for the nation at this point in time. And that is why you have to make sure that this video gets to everybody that are necessary. Let me blow the trumpet physically so that I will not give the message. Now, this is what the Lord has inspired me to tell you. All the categories of people mentioned. We assume that the election was fair and credible enough. But in case you are an actor, an active actor in the electioneering processes, whether as party agent, as politicians, EPC, PDP, LP, NMPP, and other parties, as INEC officials, lawyers, judges, whatever you are, if you took part in the election and you manipulated, you changed figures, the Lord said He has given you up to March 31st, 2023, to publicly confess what you have done and churn out the true documents. Either you falsified documents, you change figures, you destroy ballot papers, or you didn't allow people to vote. The Lord said you should publicly come for Him to cleanse you and to forgive you. If not, said there is a buffet that will be served to all the perpetrators of evil. And on this table, we have acute madness, paralysis, death of sons. He said some people will suddenly be churning out strange smell, odor that cannot be removed by any perfume. He said there will be blindness, strokes. The Lord said there's something called subliming fire. He said fire will be burning you. Though you are inside AC, fire will be burning you from inside out. Now, the Lord also told me, He said, some of you have never had this kind of things in your families. He said, for those of you who are not married, who took part and who are planning to get married, He said, you're going to give birth to imbecile children. You know imbecile children? He said, but none of them will have been found in your families before. And He said, above all, some of them will also attract this dangerous and incurable disease called cancer. Now, I don't know who you are, and like everybody has been arguing up and down, elections were fair, no rigging, all this. So let us assume nobody offended. But in case you were in that category, the Lord also said, for the people that will project, commend, identify with, and perpetrate evil and falsehood, those who propagate falsehood, those who make black white and make white black, those who want to cover evil during this election, say I should warn you that you're going to also take part in all this evil. Now to the active actors, the Lord said, some of you will not die, but you will be alive and be desolate. Right in your eyes like this, you will discover that everything you have ever worked for has gone. All the politicians that are pushing you to doing the evil that you are doing, they will not be there to share in your calamity, because it shall come like the plague that happened in the land of Egypt. If you have a partner, a spouse, husband and wife, you have children, sisters and brothers that took part in the election, begin to pressurize them to go and confess so that you will not take part in this generational condemnation and damnation. The fire is already burning, and the Lord is ready to avenge Himself of all the evils being done in the nation of Nigeria. To be forewarned is to be foreharmed is to be forewarned. I am sending this warning so that you will not be harmed. I need to say once again, I'm just a messenger, and I just have to give you this message. Please run and do the needful before the day of evil will catch up with you. And if I were you, forthcoming election, run away from those politicians and escape this horror that is coming. If you like, take it. If you like, play with it. In case you want to doubt the message, you are free to do so. Ask from your spiritualist, ask from your herbalist. The word of the Lord is beginning to happen. God has already sent out angels like the plagues in the land of Egypt, and it will be catching up with everybody who took part in rigging the election. Since the election was not rigged, I congratulate Nigerians. I blew the trumpet to round up my short message. Thank you. God bless you.